Alright guys, so good morning or good evening or good afternoon depending on when you're watching this video. This is English with Fonso and I'm here to help you to improve your fluency in English. Now if you don't know anything about me, let me tell you just a little bit. I have been a teacher in China, a teacher of English, and also have plenty other subjects taught in English. I've taught children, teenagers, adults, business people, housewives. Well, you name it, I've taught it. Now, I'm going to put my vast experience teaching in China at your service. I'm going to help you to improve your fluency. Today is our first class for the course English with Fonso, and we're going to be talking about an article called Mexicans to Learn English Too. The first thing we're going to do is read through the article. Number two is we're going to take a look at some of the words and phrases. I'm going to explain their meaning and also how to use them. And finally, we're going to be talking about some of the cultural issues, contained in this article. So let's get started. Mexico City, Mexico. Mexico is the country south of the United States. Mexico has a different common language than the USA. A common language is the one that most people speak. In Mexico, it is Spanish. The Mexican government wants its people to learn English too. Every student to speak English. The Mexican president is Enrique Peña Nieto. He wants all of the country's students speaking English within 20 years. He thinks this will help Mexicans work better with other countries. Many countries do not have the same common language, so they speak to each other in English. Mexico wants every one of its teachers to be fluent in English. Fluent is when people speak a second language just as well as their first language. Then, the teachers can teach their students to be fluent. There would be English classes through high school under the new plan. Better educated students. The idea is to make Mexico's schools and teachers better. Then, the students will be better educated. Not everyone likes these ideas. Some teacher groups are against the idea that mixed teachers take tests. Teachers who refused to take the test lost their jobs. President Peña Nieto wants to take away power from these teachers groups. Many have become very strong. Some are controlling who gets jobs at schools. Some are even deciding how schools spend money. There were plans like this one in the past, but none of the other plans worked. The government says today's plan is more clear. Some think the new plan will not teach students enough. A few hours of English classes each week is not enough. They say this won't make students fluent even after many years. Future president might not agree with plan. Many wonder what will happen to the plan in a few years. Next year, Mexicans will vote for another president. The man who is in the lead does not like President Peña Nieto's ideas. His name is Andrés Manuel López Obrador. He agrees with the teachers who are protesting the changes. This means that if he is elected, he could change Peña Nieto's plan. Alright, so that much for the article. So we're going to take a look at some of the words in this article. And let's take a look at my little PPT right here. That'll help us to get through all the words and phrases and cultural issues contained in the article. So number one, we're going to go with, Mexicans learn English. Let's talk the crap out of this one. Okay, so Mexico. Now, how do we say Mexico, or where is Mexico? So we're going to ask our Google Translate to help us out. And yes, there it is, Mexico. So we say Moxico, right? This one here is Mexico City, Moxico-Chang. And, well, let's not go into this one, but let's see how to say it. Help me out with Chinese. Mexico in Chinese is? Moxico. Very interesting. Moxico. Okay, and so Mexico in English? Mexico. All right, so here we go. And it says, where is it? Where is the country of Mexico? Can anyone tell me? Okay, so well, I guess that some of you do have the answer. You know where Mexico, the country, is. But anyway, I tell you, it's in North America, south of the United States. Everybody knows the United States, right? Most people will call the United States America, okay? But anyway, so Mexico is in North America, south of the United States. Now, how many people are there? What is the population of Mexico? Is it larger than the population of, say, China? Impossible. No country has that many people, right? Okay, so the population of Mexico is around 120 million people. 120 million people. Now, how do you say million? I'm not really sure. I've always had trouble with Chinese numbers, but let's see. Okay, so by one. So I'm gonna guess that a million here is sure by one, maybe. Well, you can take a look at the number, right? It's a 1 and 2, and after that there's seven zeros, right? 7 zeros. A lot of people. Just 20 more million people than that in Henan province in China. Yeah, we have 100 million. That's what it's called, Yi, right? Okay, so what is the national language? National language, remember, this is in North America. North America. Which other countries are in North America? We have, the U.S., America, yes. And we also have Canada, which in Chinese we say 加拿大. So 加拿大 and 美国 are in 北美 or North America. So, what is the national language? In Canada, English. In the USA, English. In Mexico, English. No, wrong. The national language in Mexico is Spanish. Oh, I guess most of you did not see that coming, right? Yes, Spanish. Just like in the country of Spain. Yes? How is that possible? How did that happen? Oh, well, they don't speak English like people in the USA or Canada because they used to be a Spanish colony, right? The US and Canada, they were colonies of the UK, of Great Britain, I guess some of Canada, as well as some parts of what is now America, were also a colony of France, right? But here in Mexico, they were a colony of Spain. Next one. What are some Mexican traditions? Do you know anything about Mexico? If you live in a place, in a big city, in a mega city, and a mega Chinese city like Beijing, Shanghai, or maybe Shenzhen, well, you must have been to a Mexican restaurant, right? So most of the things that I can think of, which are the things I like the most, are food. So, some of the very traditional things are tacos, enchiladas, chilaquiles. Okay, the last two are not food, but really cool stuff too, called trajineras and mariachis. Trajineras and mariachis. Let's see, and let's take a look at what each of these things are. Dun dun dun. Okay, the first one. Who can guess? What is that? Is it a taco? Is it an enchilada? Is it a trajinera? Or is it a mariachi? Okay, here goes. Tacos. Yeah, there's a song about tacos. I don't remember. It's raining tacos, something like that. Well, I'll find it some other time and I'll let you know. Tacos. The next one. What do you think? We already said tacos, so we have enchiladas and chilaquiles, right? Let's see. Wow, these are chilaquiles, right? Chilaquiles. I'm kind of wondering. I mean, yeah, lots of these foods are very, very delicious, very tasty, but I'm not really sure what's in them. Let's take a look. This one here is a chilaquil, right? A chilaquil. So it's a chilaquiles. Not really. We say chilaquiles, okay? Chilaquiles. And it's a traditional dish found throughout Mexico. So it basically is tortilla strips simmered in red or green salsa or mole to soften the strips. Okay. I don't really get what it is, but let's see what the ingredients are, okay? The ingredients. Let's see. It says, it contains most of the same ingredients as enchiladas. Oh no. We forgot to look at the enchiladas, right? Let's take a look again. And these are enchiladas. Woohoo! Enchiladas. Okay, where are the enchiladas? Right here. So these guys here are what we call enchiladas. This picture, this one, they look about the same? I guess so, yes. Okay, so let's see what enchiladas are, what they're made of. They're made of corn tortillas. Corn tortillas. What's a tortilla? I wouldn't normally say that a tortilla is something like a bing. Oh, there you are. A tortilla is a yumi bing. How do you say it? I want to say it correctly. Yumi bing, right? It's a yumi bing. Okay, the next one is cups. Homemade enchilada sauce. Enchilada sauce. Hey, do you think that we'll be able to find enchilada in Chinese? I don't think so, but it's not there. Yeah. We usually don't eat this thing in China, so nobody knows how to call it. I guess it would also have a special name in a Mexican restaurant. Anyway, it's a special sauce that we use to make enchiladas. All right. Next one. A cup of oil in a shallow pan or a baking dish. Well, that's simple. And then some shredded cheese or other fillings. And other fillings. And so, what do we do? How to prepare them? These are the corn tortillas, the yumi bing, right? And then we're supposed to put them in a warm them up, but don't burn them. And then we need to dip them into the oil for like 5 to 8 seconds until the tortilla gets warmed through. And then we put it on the side, right? What do we do next? Okay, so we get this thing called a chili sauce or chile sauce. Chile sauce, I believe, is mostly ground meat with some tomatoes. It has some beans. Yeah, Mexican food contains lots of beans, and also some chili. Chili, yes. The same as Sichuan food. Mexican food is very spicy, very spicy. So if you're not used to Sichuan food, I do not advise you to try this kind of thing. But if you love it, then go ahead. It's great. I love it. Okay, so we put the chile or enchilada sauce in a shallow dish, right? And then we dip the tortillas, the yumi bing, in the sauce. Now we take one tortilla, carefully dip it into the sauce until it is thoroughly coated. So both sides have to be dipped into this sauce, into this enchilada sauce. Later, oh, these look like tacos. Maybe they got the wrong picture here, but it's okay. Let's continue. Here it says, lay the sauce coated tortilla in the bottom of a baking dish. That's where we put the oil, so that when you put the tortillas in the oven, the tortillas will not stick to the pan. Okay, so we're gonna get some 2 or 3 tablespoons of the filling. Remember, it has some enchilada sauce and some, I forgot. Anyway, we put it in the middle, and then we fold it a bit like a burrito. We fold it, yes? And then what we get is something that will look like this, right? Later, we put some more sauce. We get the shredded cheese. We put it on top, and then we put this pan in the oven for how long? Let's see, how long? It doesn't say. Oh, there. And so you put it in the oven for about 20 to 30 minutes, and voila, you have yourself enchiladas, right? So let's go back, and it says chilaquiles, and it says basically the same ingredients as enchiladas, but chilaquiles take much less time to prepare. So I guess it's mostly the same, but it's just preparation time that is different. All right, so these are chilaquiles. Back to our PPT. All right, so this one here is a, can you guess? What is it? I believe it's a boat, some kind of boat, but it's a special boat. See, right? It says felicidades. It's like, be happy. Teresita, right? It's Teresa, the name of a girl. And here there's some people, right? And they are sort of having a party or maybe having lunch or dinner. And then here is the guy that drives or I guess directs the boat, yes. And here there's a mariachi, a guy that plays Mexican songs, as the boat I guess goes through the channels. And so how do we call this special kind of traditional Mexican boat? It's a trajinera. Trajinera. Very good. And finally, we have bum 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 bum. The mariachis. Mariachis. If you've ever seen a Mexican movie, I'm pretty sure that you will have seen these guys. Now, these are wearing a white outfit. Normally, I guess it will be mostly black, sometimes brown. It can be different colors, but these guys are wearing a white mariachi outfit. Note the super-sized hat, this super-sized guitar. I think it's called a guitarrón, right? There's an accordion right here, and this one here is a trumpet. So these are the basic elements of a mariachi band. Right, let's continue. Okay, so we're going to learn how to use some of the words, some of the sentences that we found in the article. Remember here that we said that Mexico is the country south of the United States, right? Excuse me. So south of the United States, south of. Let's see what we can get here. We take a look at a map of China. Yes, as reference. I'm pretty sure you know China better than you know Mexico. And so, where is Hubei? Hubei is south from Henan. South from Henan. Can you see it? Right here. Hubei, right, is south from Henan. Another sentence. Jiangsu is south from Shandong. Am I right? Jiangsu is south from Shandong. And Yunnan is south of? Take a careful look at the map. Where is Yunnan? Yunnan is south of what? South of? I don't know. Oh, here. Yunnan is south of Sichuan, right? We can say Yunnan province is south of Sichuan province. Next one. Okay, which province is south from Hebei? Henan or Henan province is south from Hebei. Now, going on to the next sentence, it says common language, right? Mexico has a different common language. So, common language, right, is something that we all have in common. Hey, we should hang more. Oh, yeah. So, these guys basically are friends, are good pals. Why? Because they share some things in common. They like the same things. They speak the same language. They like to do the same stuff, right? So, there's something in common. All right. So let's make a couple of sentences using these something in common language. Number one, Chinese people have a common language. They all speak Mandarin Chinese, 普通话. Or Chinese people share a common language. They all speak Mandarin Chinese. So I guess that every province or mostly every city in China, they do have their own language. Right? For example, in Shanghai, people speak 普通话, yes, but they all know how to speak what we call Shanghainese. In Henan province, yes, most people do speak the local dialect, we call it, which is called Henanese or Henanhua. But all people, they do speak a common language, which is, one more time, 普通话. My friends and I have a common hobby. We all love building model robots. His girlfriend and him had nothing in common, so they split. Well, that would be the opposite, right? So they had nothing in common. So, well, they don't like going to the same places. They don't like eating the same food. They don't like watching the same films. Well, there's nothing that they have in common. So what to do? Split. No more. In this company, we have a common objective. Making the best possible soda, like Coca-Cola, Fanta, Sprite. So in this company, we have a common objective. Making the best possible soda. What do you and your friends have in common? Well, that's a question that you need to ask yourself. Do you have anything in common with your friends? I'm pretty sure that you do. Let's see how to answer the question. We could say we all enjoy watching sci-fi movies. We all like eating tacos and enchiladas. Yes? We all love going out and taking a walk in the park. You could also answer, we all have one thing in common. We are all Chinese. We all have one thing in common. We're all very tall. Or like myself and my friends, we all have one thing in common. We are all very handsome. Really. Okay, the next one is the president. He wants all of the country's students to speak in English, right? So he wants all of the students to speak in English. Okay, there's something I want you to do for me. I want all of you cleaning this room before 12 noon. So what will you be doing before 12 noon? Or between now and 12 noon? You will be cleaning this room. It better be clean before I get back. Alright, what else? The boss wants you writing this report before he comes back. It really means that the boss wants you to start writing the report now and have it finished before he comes back, right? So between the time he tells you and the time he comes back, what will you be doing? You will be writing this report. So the boss wants you writing this report before he comes back. Mom needs you cooking lunch by the time she's back from the market. Okay, so I guess she says, I'm leaving now, so I want you to do the cooking for me, and when I'm back, it should be ready. So what will you be doing between the time she tells you to go cook and the time she comes back? You will be cooking. And one more example. The Chinese government wants all its people speaking English within the next 20 years. What do you want me to do? I could answer, I want you finished running these errands before lunchtime. You know, go take the dog, walk the dog, go deliver this package to your grandma, you know, go buy me some meat, some veggies in the market, clean the sofa, right? So all of those are errands that I will be running before lunchtime arrives. Or, what do you want me to do? Nah, nothing. You know, just help me get these dogs out of here. Just help me getting these dogs out of here. Alright, fluent. So, Mexico wants every one of its teachers to be fluent in English. Fluent. What is that? Fluent. Dun dun dun. Ha! I think we say 流利 or 流利的. 他说流利的中文. He speaks fluent English, right? Or he speaks fluently. He speaks Chinese fluently. The same, right? In English, it would be 他会说流利的中文 or 汉语, right? Okay, how does it sound? 流利. And in English? Fluent. Very good. Let's take a look at how the sentence works to be fluent in English. I study Chinese every day because I want to be fluent. Many foreigners that studied Chinese for many years can now speak it fluently. Well, I have been speaking Chinese for quite a few years, but I don't think I can speak it fluently. Not just yet. To be fluent in any language, one must use it frequently. Remember, that's a rule of thumb if you want your English to be very good, or if you want any second, third, or fourth, or fifth, or nth language, yes, to be fluent. You need to use it as much as you can. Use it frequently. People who are fluent in 2 languages can get higher salaries. That is true. Let me have a sip of coffee. Oh, I love coffee. Okay, so people who are fluent in 2 languages can get higher salaries. Yeah, I guess in some places that is true, but at times it might not be true. Anyway, that's one more skill that you can show on your CV or your resume. I'm pretty sure it will not hurt. Are you fluent in English? Are you? Are you? No, I'm not, but I'm working on it. You can always say that, right? No, I'm not, but I'm working on it. Yeah, sure. 1 hour a week. Yeah, 1 hour a month. Hey, you're working on it. Yes, I'm fluent in English. Oh no, sorry. I'm a fluent English and Chinese speaker. So I could say that I'm a fluent English and Spanish speaker. Yeah, maybe my Chinese is good enough. Maybe I can also say I'm a fluent Chinese, English, and Spanish speaker. How about that? I'm gonna go ask for a salary raise now. Or not yet, but I'm reading more because reading helps improve fluency. Oh, that is really true. If you want a little bit more advice on how to improve your fluency, you get fluent because you know how to use many words. You know which words you need to express your ideas. So where do you get this vocabulary? You know, these many words that you will need to express your ideas. Easy. From books, from newspapers, from magazines. Of course, also from talking with your friends. But mostly the new words will come from reading. So remember my advice. Okay, so they say that in the past there were plans like this one, but nothing worked. It didn't work. Right? So they did have plans like these in the past, but no, nothing happened. Sentences using in the past. There were cars like these in the past, but not anymore. So in the past, yes, we did have cars like these, but no, they don't make them anymore. Labor was cheap in the past. Now it's so expensive. Yeah, that happens in many places, in many countries that have become developed. Yes, labor has become very expensive. I think in the past in China, labor used to be cheap, very cheap. Even though we can still find cheap labor in China, labor is getting more and more expensive. One could only see such things in the past. Right? For example, man opening a door for the ladies, maybe, I don't know, drivers respecting the red light. Yeah, those are things that one could only see in the past. Some people hate the present, thus live in the past. I don't know why they do that. I always try to look forward, I try to forget what's left in the past, and, what's past is past. What's done is done. So, always look forward. Some people hate the present, thus live in the past. Many old people tend to live in the past. They feel life was better then. I'm pretty sure, maybe most of your grandparents or grandparents, they do tell you that life was better. In the past, cigarettes were so inexpensive. Life in the past was so good. We ate steak. We had wine. We had long walks in the park. We had no pressure from work. We had no English teacher telling us how to improve our English. Do you know of anyone who still, I made a mistake, who still lives in the past? If so, why do they do it? If you have the chance, ask them. And then when you come join my class, my live class, you can tell me. Okay, and to finish up, we've got a couple of questions that I would like you to think about so that you're ready to join our live class, which will also be talking about this article, about the ideas presented in this article. So the questions to get you thinking are: different peoples in the same country speak different languages. Why do people in a country need to have a common language? I already know one. I can talk, communicate very well with my parents, with my friends, at work. Why do I need to know an extra language? Did you know the number of Spanish speakers and English speakers in the world is roughly the same? So, why do Mexicans need to learn English? Why don't we ask Americans to learn Spanish, right? Or Chinese? The president wants everyone speaking English within 20 years. Is time alone the factor that will make people fluent in a second language? Which other factors must be considered in order to have a person become fluent in any other language? Is it just time? Why do you suppose those currently employed as teachers refuse having to learn English? We're talking about the teachers in Mexico, right? But it's pretty much the same thing in many other countries in which the mother tongue, the mother language is not English, right? Something a few hours of English lessons a week will not make the students fluent. What's your experience regarding this opinion? Is it true? How many years have you been studying English? And do you feel yourself fluent? I don't know. Maybe something is missing? Should the education system be in the hands of the government, or should it be managed by an independent department or agency? What do you say that? Okay, so now that I've given you the questions that will get your juices flowing, well, I guess the next thing is, do you want to join the discussion? Do you want to get your answers and let others know what you think? Sure, you can subscribe to our group and enjoy the benefits. Yes, there's benefits. Number 1, receive pre-lesson materials. Number 2, that's not number 2. Those are the pre-lesson materials. And the article in PDF. And the very beautiful PPT that I just went through with you, yes, you will get. You can also enjoy my pre-lesson videos. Well, that really means this video, right? In which the PPT is included. Hey, but 2 is better than 1. And you can attend my monthly face-to-face sessions. That's kind of for a limited number of people. Unless you want to go like crazy English. Sure, you know. If you pay, why not? And you can join our live class at the following times. Mondays, evening, 10 to 11. Wednesdays, evening, 9 to 10. Thursdays, also evening, 8 to 9. Goodbye.